Hi and welcome to Reseller News. Today is November 14th, 2018. My name is Rich Pasini. Thank you for tuning in. Today I want to go over a couple topics. I want to talk a little about what's going on with eBay, do a little of eBay news, and I also want to just talk a little about, staying positive and having that entrepreneurial spirit. I got a few quotes I want to just share with you guys, and for those who follow me on this YouTube channel, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, and to the ones that unsubscribed, I'm sorry to see you go, but if you ever get the time, please come back again. I'd love to have you back as a subscriber. There's a lot of things I've been giving thought lately. Been reading a lot on Down Detector, eBay community, and sometimes, we end up tending to always cast blame on certain things, with certain issues when it comes to eBay and low sales, no sales, whatever. I'm experienced that myself. I thought myself, honestly, I thought I was going to, get away from eBay altogether, and it still crosses my mind. When you go to those other sites, like I said, if you go to Down Detector and you read the latest issues that's happening, or if you go to the eBay community, you will notice people voicing their opinion and sharing their thoughts and concerns, or I should say issues and concerns about how they're going through it. It's really sad, and I myself sit here brainstorming. A lot of people are probably wondering, why do I waste my time doing this here? But folks, I take my time out of the day to do this here to help you guys out, as much as it helps me, with both learning. And for the people who subscribed, or the people who are thinking on subscribing, that's totally up to you. If you find this information is not, viable, or it's not helpful to you, and I can understand you want to unsubscribe, you don't want to keep getting these notifications from me, that's totally understandable. But for those who do stay in a reselling business, or I will put this information out there. Okay, I will continue to put it out there. I'll show you my thoughts and concerns and my issues, how I feel. So for those who want to hang out and listen to me, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I have a couple of areas I want to talk about, address, and we'll take it from there. First window I want to bump out and goes to, I believe it's Down Detector. I got two browser windows open up, and I'm going to expand a little on each. So if you could stick around, that'd be great. If you can't, again, I apologize. And if it is a lot longer than expected, I'm sorry. I can't cover too many topics and make it too cryptic when you got a lot of areas to cover. It's hard to keep it within a 10 or 15 minute range. I could, but I got other things I want to talk about. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Let me bump out of here, and I think we'll go to this one first. Let me just give me a second here, folks. So just get set up. Okay. For most part, I can put my glasses on for this here. This is my listings right now, and again, I'm not putting this out there as a segue for anybody to buy, although if you do want to check it out, that'd be great. If you are interested, that's fine. I kind of kept everything kind of dormant. I haven't gone. I only have 30 active listings right now, and there's not really much going on, folks. Excuse me. As you can see here, look at the views on here. Like this particular one here, this has been sitting around for quite some time. It's got 2,005 views and 2 watches, but no takers. But anyway, this one here has 713 with 3 watches, just as these here are these 2 guys right here. And I clicked on this one here, all right, and it brought me to another window. Right, I'm going to click it on here. It's well, actually, let me see something here, because this is one I didn't want to go back. Let me just back up for a second, folks. I didn't want to do. I want to stay in that. Okay, I definitely want to do that. Okay. So going on here, clicking this on here, I wanted to see if this is showing up in search. Okay, it's a Sony Discman, of course. You can see that there's the 131. So all I did was I copied this here, right, and I said, let me see what's really going on for myself. I haven't done this in a while. I said, let me just check it out. So I went to Google. As you can see, I have a Google window open over here. I clicked it on, I pasted it, and I hit the search button, the enter button here. And it brought me to others. All right, I'm selling mine, I think, for 1999. And you can see like these people come up first, these guys here, right? So when I clicked it on, I said, oh, hey, here I am. It's right here. So I know, you're probably saying, okay, so what's the deal here? What are you talking about? Well, it is showing up in search, in Google search. So it's just a matter of, the only thing I'm thinking of, folks, is there's just too much competition out there, plain and simple. We already established that. I don't need to, to expand on it. But the thing I'm trying to say is, some people may complain about eBay saying, about searches and stuff like that. My items ain't showing. This is mine, as you know. You can see it right there. That's mine with the pink headphones and so on. So it is showing up, okay? And I am what? Let's see. When you click it on, I am what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm the seventh place on the search engine, right? On Google search. So it is working. All right. So we know that there. However, with that set in mind, I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick, just to let you know this is done today. I'm going to refresh the screen. This is not no old stuff. This is not like any edited video or anything of that nature. I'm going to click it on again. As you've seen, I hit the refresh button right here. You can see it, and when you click it on, it will show you again. Now it looks like, I will say something now. Let me just check one thing here. Let me see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I moved over 2 slots. Okay, McHarry here has got 25. He's putting this for $25. Right. Apparently, I'll probably be eventually moving off it. But you see, before I was 7. Now I'm 9 over here. Let's see. Let's refresh it again. See what happens. Okay. Now it looks like it's funny here. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the same thing. Okay. So right now I'm holding 9th place on the Google search, which is not too bad for this here, if people are looking for this particular item. All right. But we do know one thing for sure. Google search, well, the interaction between Google and eBay, it is working. Let me just take a swig of my coffee before it gets cold. Sorry, folks. Can't drink cold coffee. Anyway, so we know that works. So we know that's going on. That's okay with that. The other thing I want to talk about really quick is, well, let's do this one here first. As you can see right here, folks, let's get out of here. eBay stock is taking a plunge here. This is from November 12th. Okay, it says eBay stock seen plunging 15% further. We know there are certain things going on with eBay. I only put up a couple of windows here to share with you guys. I don't want to expand too much on this topic because we already know, what the issues are right now. Well, what I mean issues, we know there's slow sales and there's a lot of changes coming down the pike with eBay. But excuse me. I just wanted to say here, eBay Inc. stock has fallen to 36% from 2018 highs. Now option trade now. Okay, it says now options. Okay, because traders are betting the stock plunges an additional 16% by April. Should that happen, the stock would lose 45% off those highs. Technical analysts also suggest stock may continue to fall over the coming weeks by 8% of its current price of $29.24. Look, if you guys have stocks in here or you're thinking about getting stocks, you might want to put that on hold. I know people always say buy low, sell high. I mean, if you're one of those day traders, you may take that into consideration. I personally right now don't have the money to invest in stocks. I don't think, honestly, I don't think I would buy eBay stock anyway. To be honest with you, if I did have the money, because to me it is a type of stock that has ups and downs, highs and lows and stuff like that. But the reason why I put it out there is I figured maybe people may be interested and looking into this here. Maybe you have extra cash to play around with. You may want to take a shot at buying eBay stock. Me, I can't do that right now. Like I said again, I don't think I would regardless. If you want to check this out, the website is www.investopedia.com, or just type in, do a Google search, eBay stock seen plunging 15% further, and that'll probably bring you to this window. The company you're looking for is Investopedia. And folks, let me tell you something why I got your attention here. I don't get anything. I'm not affiliated with these companies here. So don't think like if you're you're debatable, like, oh, I don't want to do this here because this guy's it's an affiliate with him. No, it's not an affiliate with me. I'm just sharing this information with you guys. Okay, if what you do with it, it's totally up to you. If you want to, and check this out, then you check it out. I'm gonna bump out of here. Here's over here, just for those who I wanted to share this with you guys. Seattle-based Amazon does the East Coast split. Okay, this came out yesterday, November 13th. It's on e-commerce bites, www.ecommercebites.com if you want to check it out. I myself, I'm okay with it, but there are people going to be protesting it. They don't really want to have that there because if you look at the story here, we're going to read it. I didn't know this. One of the information I'm going to point out to you guys, I wasn't aware of this here, as there are a lot of things I'm not aware of. But it goes on to say here, the hunt for Amazon's second headquarters, dubbed HQ2, is over, and the Seattle-based powerhouse has selected 2 East Coast locations, New York City and Arlington, Virginia. Across the Potomac River from Washington, D.C., the new locations will join Seattle as the company's 3 headquarters in North America. The company announced today in a challenge to challenge the definition of the word headquarters. One wit joked, those are company branches, they're not headquarters. Others charged the decision had already been charged that the decision has already been made, questioning the motives behind the search for HQ2, and noting that Amazon founder and CEO Jeff Bezos, who owns homes, as more than one, in New York City and D.C., as well as California, Texas, and Washington states. Well, sure, when you're worth $150-something billion, you could have houses all over the world. Anyway, politicians in cities in North America went cuckoo in an effort to attract Amazon over the past year. And today, the announcement demonstrates what's at stake. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Well, we all know we need jobs, okay? I mean, I wish I could have still been in my job, but unfortunately, I got laid off back in 2016. So, needless to say, here I am doing YouTube videos, but I don't mind. I love doing it, folks. Amazon will invest $5 billion and create more than 50,000 jobs across the 2 new headquarters locations, with more than 25,000 employees in each New York City and Arlington. It stated Amazon investments in each new headquarters will spur the creation of tens of thousands of additional jobs in the surrounding communities. Hiring at both new headquarters will begin in 2019. In addition, Amazon announced that it has selected Nashville for the new center of excellence for its operations business, which is responsible for the company's customer fulfillment, transportation, supply chain, and other similar activities. The Operations Center of Excellence is in Nashville, will create more than 5,000 jobs. What they don't tell you in this article here, I heard it on the news this morning. I am over here in New York. I live in Long Island, New York. I'm 45 minutes away from them by train to get into Manhattan. So, but anyway, there are going to be politicians and people protesting that they don't really want the company there, from what I understand, because it's going to impact the transit system. Also apartment prices are going to rise because of that there. I don't know. I thought I read somewhere where some of the jobs are going to be starting off at $48,000 to start. I don't know if that's per person or whatever. It may just be a group of people, whatever. But it's going to have its problems along with it. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's going to be an easy ride. But as far as I know, it's set in stone. It's pretty much done, as far as I know, unless there's some way to block it. I don't know. But that's the way that's what I've been hearing on the news over here in CBS News. Anyway, so you could check that story out if you like. This is I think this is a comment here. Arlington, Virginia, across from D.C. makes sense to be close to the lobbyists to make sure that Amazon's best interest is served. New York makes no sense. Okay, log on to reply if you want to reply to it. That's just one person voicing their concerns or making a comment about it. Anyway, you know the website. That's the story you want to look for. I'm sure it's making news all over the place, so check it out if you'd like. Let's bump out of here. Now this here, folks, I'm just going to, I'm not going to play just yet. I got all these things popping up here. As on the Reseller News, I do like to share information with you guys. I try to help. I like to help out. maybe what you can't, what you don't, come across, I do. And I like to share this information, like I said again, it helps me as much as it helps you as well. Now, this particular case here, as you know, unless something is free, I don't always like to invest into, because again, I don't have that extra cash to invest in these type of things here. But I'm going to mute my mic. This is from Street Pricer, okay? .com. Yeah, well, what is it? lp.streetpricer.com. And it goes on to say here, boost your sales with eBay repricer in 3 minutes. You can request a demo. I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to play it for you guys. I think it's a couple minutes. Yeah, about 1 minute 53 seconds long. And I might not be interested in it, but you guys may. Okay, so I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to play it, and then we're going to come right back again. So here we go.
This is Jennifer from Street Pricer. Street Pricer automates repricing for customers every day. It's really simple and quicker than you probably even think. Let me show you how to do it in only 3 minutes.
First, come to our pricing page and choose the plan that suits your store. Sign up with us by filling in the basic details. Select your eBay site and your location. Add a store and authorize us to have access to it. Typically, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to synchronize with your eBay store, depending on the size. In the meantime, let's look at the scan options on the radar and see if you'd like to change any of the settings to suit your categories. In most cases, the default settings should work fine. The results should look like this, with your listing shown side by side against their suspects or competitors. Once we have your competitors identified, the rest is easy. Auto pricing is a matter of choosing whether you want to send the new prices directly to eBay or to your e-commerce platform.
Remember, pricing your listings competitively is the best way to boost your sales on eBay. Happy selling, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, like I said, folks, I'm not getting anything. I'm not affiliated with this here, so don't get the wrong impression. Okay, I'm just trying to help out. Like I said again, as you can see, some of the price they're a little too pricey for me. If they had a free one there, like sometimes you can get free things. You get limited features with it when they're free, but I can't. That's too much to swing for me. But maybe you guys have extra cash to play around with, and maybe you might want to check into it. Okay, let's bump out of here. Let's close this out, and let's go to the reality check here. For those who follow me, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but I do like to share this information with you guys. And for those who are new, the website to check out is downdetected.com, and I do like to share the latest information with you guys. And this is not old news. Some of it is done 15 hours ago, but there have been, if you refresh it, you'll see there's some more. I'm trying to pick out the one over here. Let's see here. I might have had it already. Why is eBay down again? eBay is now defaulting picture pack on every listings when you even revise them, $1 each. So make sure you pay attention. What issues are you having? These are people going back and forth. This one over here, this one, I think this is the one I wanted to look for. It says here are some issues that might be affecting sales. Okay, this person right here, it says look up, internet outage affects 1,000 across North Alabama. Spectrum internet down again after a series of outages linked to, Google went down after traffic was routed through China and Russia. CenturyLink internet customers from Edwards to Teso, CEO reported service outages beginning in the late afternoon on Monday, November 12th. The outages lasted through the late morning on Tuesday, November 13th. The company expected service to be restored by 4 p.m. So that's all about 2 entire days of no internet to a bunch of potential buyers from CO, whatever, I guess they're Colorado, right? At least I think that's what they're referring to. And then then it goes on here. And then there were all sorts of outages in California due to the fires. CA's big state where I got a lot of orders from. No internet. Lots of people can't shop. All right. Let's see what they got over here. I'm just thinking over here. Well, you know, you could read a lot of this yourself, folks. I'm not going to get too much into this here. You know, check it out for yourself. Just go to downdetector.com because I really do want to cover other topics. I don't want to stand too much on this here. You know the website. It's right here, downdetector.com, and you want to look for the eBay logo here, and you could click it on. When you come to this site, just look for the most reported problems. You can see website 63%, login issues 23, checkouts are 13%. They also have resolved issues that date back from August to September, October. You can check those out as well, and you see what happens there. Okay, I'm going to bump out of here, and I'm going to go to the eBay community chat board. Okay, this is the one right here. You can see it right there. Okay. What's this one here? I just want to read something really quick. Okay, this came, no, we don't want that one. That's from July. I want the most recent one here. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to go down, go down, go down. I know there was one here recently I want to read about. Interesting. I thought I had one recently over here I wanted to share with you guys. Well, okay. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I didn't do a refresh on this one here. Usually there's, when you refresh the system, it brings you right back up to the new latest one here. But, interesting. Okay. I know there was one the last time there. I think I got a notification, but apparently not. All right. Let's see some one more time here. And then if not, I'm just going to bump out of this screen here. Okay. I'm not going to go too much on this here. If you want to check out the latest, go to the eBay community. It's over here. The URL is https://community.ebay.com, and you can check out the information about eBay sales being down. There was something on there. I guess I don't know if I bumped out of this screen or bumped it out altogether. Let me go over here and click on this. I'm sorry, folks. Now you get to see me, right? Okay. What I want to talk about is, you know, you ever hear those old expressions there? Well, the sayings, never give up. This one is about Jack Ma. I'm not going to play the whole tape. What's that other saying? Do what you love and the money will follow. Build it and they will come. Another man's junk is another man's treasure. It's easy to quit. And my thing is, it's easy to quit than to stay in the game. And I have to say, I'm not saying that all these sayings are going to be the road to success, but should inspire us to want more out of life, you know, to pursue our dreams and passions. Now, this guy here, Jack Ma, for those who don't know, he's the founder of Alibaba, and it's probably one of the largest, I guess, in China as well, you know, websites that sells, you know, general merchandise just like eBay. And I'm just gonna just scroll through here so you guys could pause the video. No, you know, I'm just gonna move it. I'm not gonna play the video, but you could see and you could read like some of the captions on here. If I can get it to work, here, let me see here. All right, maybe I might have to play it. Let's see. It's 3 minutes. I really don't want to play the whole thing here, but let's see if I can get that. Yeah, we go. I just want to get where you could see it here. See what this poor guy went through. You can see it says over here, rejected from 33 jobs. He started the world's biggest company. Then it goes over here. Jack Ma was born in a poor family in China during the rise of communism. Here's another one. He grew up with a little contact with the Western world. Okay, and what else here? And you know, if you keep, you know, if you check this out, you could also check out my Facebook as well. This is from Gold Coast. They put these stories out. I love these stories because they talk about how people, you know, came up and how they started business. They became successful, right? He always got into fights with bigger kids that picked on him. What else here? Jack was terrible in grades in school. He failed every exam. All right. So, you know, but if you read some of the stories here, it'll take you to what I'm talking about. You know, but the bottom line is, you know, he built the business up. And in the end, it says over here, stay hungry and follow your dreams. And what's the other part here? What's it? Never give up. Okay. And that's it. And, you know, that's what it's all about. Okay, that's what it's all about. If you want to read the story or listen to it, play the tape, you could also check it out on my thing. If you want to join the eBay Top Rate Sellers group, you'll see the story that I shared it with people, and I think it is good to have. I'm going to bump out of here, folks. I was talking to my daughters yesterday. We were talking about that there, and a lot of times my kids would say, Dad, if it's going to be this way, if it's going to be going forward, if you can't seem to get to where you're going to be, maybe it's time to pack it in and just, chalk it up as an experience and just go back to a 9-to-5 job. I've been through, not that it's a sad, not as a sob story. I'm not looking for sympathy, believe me, by far. That's not what I'm all about. But I went through 2 company layoffs and 1 company bankruptcy. Okay. And it stinks because for the simple reason is every time I thought I was going to be able to stay at a company and retire, something of that nature happened. 1 job was insourced and the other 2 were outsourced. Well, actually 1 company went bankrupt, I'm sorry. So you had 1 company bankruptcy and you had 1 job insourced and 1 company outsourced. The one that insourced went to Georgia because the hourly pay was cheaper there. It was more efficient for them. I think 65 people got let go back in that time. That was like right after 9/11, folks. Okay, I was in the computer field there, and I thought, I'm not saying I was untouchable, but I thought I was going to be one of the people not to lose my job because I figured I was in the main. I ran that pretty much that computer area, that department. By myself, pretty much. It was a small company. It wasn't big, but I thought I was going to be there a long time and retire there. And that didn't work out. So after 15 months on job, after 9/11, that's when the layoffs hit. So there went that dream. Then going forward, I went to another company after that. I was in the mortgage business, and subprime mortgage is what really took a beating back then. I think that was back in 2007. I got let go. Well, the company went bankrupt. I just got promoted to a loan sales auditor, and that was it. 7,500 people lost their job because this company was all over the states. I think they had so many people working in different states. I think it was a total of 7,500 people lost their jobs. So that company went bankrupt. The very last one I had, I worked in 2016, was basically in the finance area. I have a company on Long Island here. For those who know me, know what I'm talking about. I just don't want to share all that experience, that information out there. But I was there. Believe it or not, it was crazy. I was doing a temping job there for 4 years, and then 4 years. They eventually, after the 4 years of temping, they finally brought me on. And when I got on there, I was there for almost 4.5 years. So it was almost like working on probably 8.5 years, whatever. I would have been there, it would have made it to 9 years, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. And a lot of departments got cut, not my area, but a lot of jobs, and a lot of them went overseas. It seems like that's been a trend going on for quite some time. It's not only that company. There's other companies. I work for a big tech company out another company that if I was still there, I resigned on that job there. I didn't get laid off from it, but the people that work there that I affiliate with still, they had 2,000 jobs and they went overseas as well. And that area that I would have worked in, I would have got laid off at that company too. So it would have been, if I was there going in that trend, it would have been 3 layoffs and 1 company bankruptcy. But it didn't work out that way. But anyway, sometimes you look at your pattern in life and you say, I always believe, there's a cause and effect, and I also believe that the man above has a plan and a purpose for me. As for a lot of people, we don't know what they are. If you get a chance, check out that Jack Ma story. Here's a guy that went through a lot. Okay, he went through a lot. He went through, what he went through, he endured. I don't know if I would have been able to handle it, but he did. And that's what I'm talking about, folks. It's a lot of persistence with this type of business, and the thing is, the problem with eBay is, and a lot of these selling platforms, we know as time goes on that, things are they're becoming very competitive. Let's face the facts. Whatever you're selling, there's probably 1,000 other people selling the same thing. And, people say, well, we need to stand out. We all need to stand out. How can you get, the last time I told you guys, I think I did a thing, and it was like, I don't know, a couple of my videos, I don't know which one it was, but 25 or 26 million active sellers on eBay. Now, out of that there, how is somebody like myself, I'm speaking for myself, I can't speak for you guys out there, but how is somebody like myself going to compete or try to stand out amongst 25 or 26 million people, sellers on there? How am I supposed to stand out? You know, I don't know. I don't want you to get the impression like, well, it sounds like you're a pessimist. You know, you're contradicting yourself. No, I'm just trying to say is, you know, there comes a time and place when you say, you know what, you know, I have to do something to, you know, make a living. And a lot of people that are doing this, jumping into the bandwagon here, so to speak, this big online selling game here, or club, I should call it, you're going to find it hard. And I'm not trying to speak or you know, make a derogative statement or, you know, speak like a pessimist or change people's ways or feelings towards this here. Look, by all means, I mean, I'm all for one. You know, I'm still in it for now. How much longer I could be in it, I don't know. I was just looking at one of those things. I don't know if it was on Down Detector or another one recently. I was looking at a person who was talking about being able to make a payment. And somebody questioned payment for what? You know, was it for insertion fees or whatever? Because the way one person made it sound like they ain't gonna have enough money to make a payment. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing. I think it was for listing fees or insertion fees. One of those there. And that said, you know, when you're not making enough money to pay your insertion fees, that's a problem. That's definitely a big problem. And you know, folks, the only thing I want to lead you with, you know, leave off like this is, if there is a situation like this, where you see you got more money coming in, going out than coming in, you know, I'm not saying by calling eBay up and you know, asking, you know, voicing your opinion, say, hey, what's going on over there? You know, you're probably it's probably a scripted thing anyway. What I mean by scripted, they're probably told when buyers call, when sellers call up, buyers are also sellers as well. But when they're probably told, when you get a seller that calls up and is inquiring about if we're experiencing any glitches or anything going on, you know, you know, this is what you got to tell them. You know, we're doing fine. There's no problems on our end. Everything your listings are showing up in search. Which in my case it did. And I say yeah, but you only did one. How about the other ones? I'm not going to go through all 30 of them. I mean, not that it would take long forever to do, but at least that one, I know one thing is mine showing up. So it is showing up in Google search. We know that. Okay. And I think personally that if a person, you or I call up and we voice our concerns and say, hey, you know, we're not making any sales, this, that. Like one person told me one time, well, what would you like me to do? What can I do? I said, no, I know there's nothing you could do. It's out of your hands. But I asked the customer service rep and, you know, I said, could you be upfront and tell me what's going on with eBay? Are you guys experiencing any situations, problems going on? And some people will say, some customer service rep, well, let me check. You know, this is something that you're bringing to their attention. I had actually a customer service rep, well, I wasn't aware of that. Let me look into it. Let me do a little research. I was like, I was taken back after she put me on hold. She goes, I'll be on, would you mind waiting for like a couple minutes? I said, yeah, go ahead, take your time. And I was kind of like taken back. I said to myself, these people ain't, you know, they're not informed of what's going on. If eBay's experiencing any problems, are they, you know, is their system down? Are they doing software, hardware integrations? I know they're changing some of their programs in there. They're rolling out new programs and stuff. And, you know, I mean, aren't you guys, you know, up to date on things? I mean, don't they send a broadcast message out to all the reps and, you know, this way you guys know how to answer it? Instead of sitting there like, you know, like you're in the fog, you don't know what's going on. But you know, don't they keep you guys abreast of what's going on within the corporate, you know, the corporate structure there? And so the person comes back and says, for what you know, thank you for bringing it to our attention. But to be honest with you, there's no issues going on. I didn't see any information like that about the issue you're talking about. And I don't know, I just find it kind of odd. It just seems like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, folks. And this is a very serious problem. You know, a lot of people may say, no, maybe other people may not look at it that way, but it is. It's a serious problem. It really is. And you know what? You always hear of people making the sales. They're always making all these sales. I do 2,000 a month, I do 1,000 a month, I do 5,000, 10,000 a month. But here's my take though. If we follow these seasoned sellers, their same techniques and patterns or whatever you want to call it, strategies, how come we ain't making that kind of money, right? Now people say, well, you just hit it on the head before. Too much competition, Exactly. Bingo, exactly. But what leads me to believe is like, these people that claim they're making all this money every month, are they still doing it today? Are they, was that something that was done 2 years ago, last year, 2 years ago? Because I'll be honest with you, doing this here for 2 years, I can honestly say I've never seen those figures at all, without giving too much away. Okay, I never accumulated figures like that. So, it just makes me wonder. But folks, like I said again, follow your passion, your dreams. Keep fighting it the best you can. I always thought about too. I said one time the best way to overcome this situation is if you can invent your own item or a product or whatever, get it patented or whatever, and create or invent something. What they say, necessity is the mother of invention, and try to put something like that out there, and see what happens. But I'll share this with you again, not to be the Grim Reaper, but it won't be long before anybody else will jump on a bandwagon. I was looking at a book over here, this Target book. It's all toys, and I was looking at it, and I said to myself, there was the Avenger, I think it is, some kind of guy there. I don't know, an action figure. And I went on eBay, I typed in the information from there, and the first 5 that popped up, or 6 that popped up on it, was from China. Selling from a little cheaper than what they were selling for. Some people were selling for the same exact price that Target was selling for. Let's see if I can find it here. I'll tell you in a second what it is exactly. If I could, bear with me for 1 minute. If you got the time, to hang in there, you could check it for yourself. You could see maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not giving you the right information, but I think I am. Let me just see here, for example. Here, I'll see if I can find that action figure. I'll know when I see it. It's got quite a bit of book here. This is like all electronics and toys Target came out with. I'm surprised. I mean, I don't shop at Target. Not that there's anything big. Okay, it's the Black Panther. Okay, it's he's 13-inch. Well, it says over here, Eric Killmonger action figure. Okay, it says only at Target, of course. Sale is for $24.99. I don't know if it has the regular price. It just says sale. Let me see. I'm trying to look here. Oh, yeah, here it goes. Regular. Okay, it's $5. I thought $29.99. So, but the sale is $24.99. When you go into eBay, if you type in, I think I just typed in Black Panther. I didn't type in a 13-inch Eric Killmonger, whatever. I just typed in Black Panther action figure. And when you bring that window up, you'll see from China, all different prices, some are used, whatever. But the thing is, and for that particular item, I only did that one. For that particular item on eBay, when you type it in the eBay search engine, the first 5 or 6 companies were from China. So when you click it on, you're going to see them, right? Some of them not brand new, I don't think. Well, they do have some brand new too. There was one guy that's selling a brand new one for that price, they're $24.99. So, if it's free shipping, it's one thing. Yeah, so if it's free shipping and you're not paying tax, yeah, then it's a good thing. But if you went to Target, I could buy the same thing for $24.99 without the shipping, of course, but I have to pay sales tax on it. But I'm just trying to say it's the same price. And I think what happens is, folks, is people will get these books or whatever like this. I didn't know Target had this. I don't shop at Target. This was given to me. My relative gave it to me. And they, like myself, will look through it. And the only reason why I got it is because there's toys out there that I'm not even familiar with. My girls are older now. They're in their 20s. So, I mean, the toys that they're selling now and back then are 2 different things. They have the same toys there. I looked at this catalog and said, wow. You know, oh, my daughters didn't have that. My daughters didn't have this. And look at all the new toys. Dolls, yeah, we know what the dolls. You know, Barbie dolls is a given, but they have toys in here that I'm not even familiar with. Okay, so when I look at them, I said, geez, that would have been nice if my kids were little. I could buy it for my daughters, whatever. But anyway, the reason why I hold on to this catalog is because I want to get an idea what the prices are. So I'm trying to do my own little research, and you know, I just find it I find it phenomenal. And you know, people do retail arbitrage. For those who don't know what retail arbitrage is people go into stores. I guess when these big department stores have discounts, they buy them and then they put them back and they relist them up on eBay. That's all fun and Jim dandy, but let me tell you something, folks. I tried that. It doesn't really work. Okay, and then if you offer with best market, and if you do something like that, now if I was, let's say for example, that Black Panther figure, 13-inch figure, action figure, I bought that. Let's say it talks. I'm going to buy it for $24.99. It's on sale, right? It's regular $30. So I get it. I bring it here. First to boot, I got to start it off at. How do you start it off? How do you price it? You can't say, well, I'm going to sell mine for 40, right? You can't, you know, because people, you're not going to make anything on it. You're going to be sitting on this thing, you know, unless you got something that you're throwing in the package, like you're going to make it to entice a person. You can't do things like that, folks. It's not going to work. For me, it ain't. I mean, think about it. You buy something like that on sale, right? I don't know if this sale still go on at Target for $24.99, $25. You're paying your taxes on it, whatever the taxes come. So let's say you get it for 26 or whatever it is and change. Okay. So what are you going to sell it for? What are you going to sell this for? $35? $34.99? So well, maybe I could sell it for $35. I can make a little profit on it. But what about your listing fees, your boxes and stuff to ship it out, whatever? It's going to come in its own packages. So basically, if it comes in a box, its own box, you could just use craft paper to wrap it up. That's what I've done in the past. When I sell board games, I didn't buy a special box or craft a box. I just wrapped it up in craft paper. First, I wrapped plastic around it because with the craft paper, in case it gets wet, at least the board game won't get wet. So what I would do is wrap the board game up in plastic. Then I'd wrap the craft paper over it. So God forbid, if it was raining, the mailman dropped it, left it on the porch, and it was raining or whatever. If it did get wet, the paper would get wet. At least the item would be protected because I wrapped everything up in plastic. But you know what I'm saying? It doesn't work unless the only way you could do good on this here. The only way I see it, you could do good with this here, is if you got this thing for like $5. And that's very unlikely to happen when you're going to a retail store. And some people may beg to differ. I may get comments saying, well, you know, you don't buy stuff at retail price like that. You go to get them when they're on discounts. Or you go after the holidays to get them. I'm not going to source for anything right now. I ain't sourcing for anything. I haven't been to my thrift store in a long time. And they had 50% off sales. I am not going to live by that old adage. If you want to be high in the search engines, you got to buy and keep listing. And like I always say, folks, and I'm not saying this to be a, you know, Mr. Pessimistic here, or you know, or make a derogatory statement or judge anybody's intelligence as far as coming to, you know, selling and stuff like that. I am not going to tie up money that I need to pay bills. Okay, so let's, like I said again, I said in my other videos, let's say you have you're saying, well, I'm going to go spend $200 this week and source for, you know, items, whatever. I'm going to go to thrift stores and spend that's my budget. You know, that's what I'm living. I'm going to spend $200. You buy this stuff, you list it, and people say, well, you know, you may just sell. You may and you may not. Now, you tie your money up like that, and you keep doing it on like every other week basis or whatever. You got. Let's say you got a nice little egg nest set aside, and you're doing this here, and you're gonna keep. You know, you're going to go sourcing and listing stuff like that. Let's say by the time you get through it all, your listing and sourcing, you spend a couple $100, $200, $300, $400, right, or whatever it is. You bump it up on eBay, you pop it up there, you do your thing, your listing, you take your pictures, and you sell it there. You profit, you mark it up a little, you try to make a profit, a decent profit on it. Nothing sells. What happens at the end of the month that your bill's coming in, be it a car payment? I'm talking about, let's say you spent $400, be it a car payment or a credit card bill or whatever. And now you say to yourself, well, wait, geez, I was hoping that I was going to sell these items to make the money to pay that credit card bill or that car payment. And now you didn't because you tied up your money in inventory that's not going anywhere. That's why I stopped sourcing. The stuff that you see, stuff I'm relisting, it's old inventory. Okay? I'm not going to go out and keep buying more and more and more. And because you do that, your account goes down, down, and down. eBay, as I said it before, they're making their money, folks. It's a win-win for them, but it's a no-win for me. Okay? So even you say, well, you got to start a store, you get 100 listings a month for $4.95. Right, exactly. All right, so it's a small investment to pay. I wouldn't dare go with their standard store for $39 or $29, whatever it is. Okay? The only reason why I jumped at the starter store because I said it's $4.95 a month and I can quit it, but you're gonna have I think there's like you have to pay like some kind of a deactivation, whatever it is there. I don't know what it is, but it's something along that line. So I said for $4.95 a month, that may be doable to have a little basic starter store, and it's basic. It's a starter store, but for me, being a frugal person I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur. To me, that I could say, well, that's somewhat doable. But again, if this system is broken and you're not hearing any cha-chings, I bet you, I said this once before, dollar for dollar, I am not going to make any sales this month. And people say, how do you know that? You got a crystal ball? I know I'm not. I don't think I made any sales last month either. And when you're not making sales, if you're not making, and think about this, folks, you really got to give this thought before people jump into this head first. You got to really think about what you're doing here. I said it once before and I'll say it again. If you cannot make $100 a day, and that's cheap, $100 a day, okay? You're not making $100 a day, that's pretty sad, okay? Because I don't know about you, but I have bills every month. I mean, we all do. But I'm just trying to say, if you need a certain amount of money to survive, and I'm not saying that's a lot of money either. It's $500 a week, $2,000 a month. But I'm just trying to say, you can't even make that. How do you stay in this business? How do you do this here? eBay is getting paid every month, whether you're making sales or not, folks. We know that. We already established that there. You know that. They're making their money every month. What have they got to lose? Now, every now and then they give you, all right, so they say, I think somebody said I don't know what is the second month or the first day of the month or every month, whatever, they give you 50 free listings. Okay, so if you want to stay in that 50 listings for free, that's fine. But if you're going to relist it again, then that's when they hit you. That's when you get banged for more money because now you do your 50 times 35 cents a listing or whatever it is. So they'll give it to you for free that first month. But, what happens if you do? I mean, what is it? Is it a contingent thing? I don't know. All I'm just trying to say is, all I remember is this. When I had almost 400 listings, like 378, I was working my way up to 400 listings. That's what I wanted to cap it off at. I had good to cancel. Okay? And the way the weeks and the months are flying by, I'm looking at my bills on eBay. I was like, oh my God, so this is how much I got to pay? This is what's coming up next month? I said, oh my God, because it was good to cancel. And whatever didn't sell, and if you had 370-something listings, whatever didn't sell, it would carry over. And then you charge it again, carry over. I was getting bills like the price of a small, mid-sized car. I could lease a car with those payments I was giving eBay. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, what, am I crazy? I'm gonna shell this money every month. They're getting paid. They're making money every month, and I'm losing it? No. Folks, I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but all I'm saying is this. I said it in my other videos, and I'm sure if there are people out there that don't want to hear it, or I'm not the type of person you want to watch, whatever. That's totally up to you. On this YouTube channel here, I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it like it is. Okay, good, bad, or indifferent. If people like what I have to say, they'll come back and watch. If they don't, then they'll just unsubscribe or don't bother coming back. But I'm trying to share information with you guys out there. I'm being real. Okay, I don't have a dream to sell you, like I always say. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't have a quick, great, rich book to sell you. eBay, folks, to be honest with you, I don't need to write a book. Okay, it's very cut and dry. And I could sum it up very basically for you. Okay, and here's how it goes. You want to get into this business? First thing to do, register with eBay, sign up with eBay, get an account. PayPal, I think, is still effective. Go to PayPal, sign up with an account, register an account there with them. Get yourself a little decent camera. It doesn't have to be a $500 or $1,500 camera. Get yourself a decent little camera. I don't know, whatever brand you like. Something decent. It's going to take decent pictures. Start selling things within your house. Okay? You got things that you got an old stereo you don't want. You got some Atari games you don't want. Take some decent pictures. Upload them to eBay. Write a nice description. Put all your little, your little things, your particular things there, like you want, like the items, how much it's selling for, and offering best offer, whatever it may be. Your shipping, just weigh out your items beforehand. Just, I know people sit there and say, well, you could be a little more definitive than listen, it's not rocket science to do this stuff, folks. This is all basic common sense. I mean, let's be realistic here. All right. I mean, what do I need to write a book? You remember Jim Griffith from the eBay, the dean of eBay, whatever they call it there. I did that then once. I fell into that. I bought an eBay book. It was this big on how to sell on eBay. He was making so many volumes. I think he eventually stopped. I don't think he's doing it anymore. I was gonna buy them. I ended up donating them to my church. How to sell on eBay. It was about this thick. I don't know how many pages it was. Hey, I got to write a book. It's 100 something pages, 200 pages, whatever. There's nothing to write about. There's nothing to write about. I mean, me personally, I could. I've been doing it right along. I got the book, but to be honest with you, I didn't really use it much. I used it basically as a reference to see what was in there. I should have done is just go to the bookstore and read it at their bookstore, and then put it back when I was finished. I don't know. At the time, the wife, kids would say, "Well, why don't you just buy it so you can bring it home?" And whatever. I would never do it again. If I go to bookstores, I would never go. If I had to do it all over again, I would definitely not go to a bookstore and buy a book how to sell on eBay. It's basic common sense. There's nothing to it, okay? And as far as sourcing wise, you go to yard sales, garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, Goodwill. What else? Salvation Army. That's it, folks. That's it. I gave you a verbal book on how to sell on eBay. Really, really, my personal take on it, I don't think you really need a book on how to sell on eBay. It's very basic. But there are people out there that may want to buy a book and, read it and stuff like that. That's fine. You want to do that, that's fine. You go for it. That book I bought was the only one I bought. There was another one I did have there about the eBay Millionaires, a hardcover book there. I just want to read about that. It's about platinum sellers. I didn't get a chance to read the whole book. I just glanced through a few pages. I didn't know why I bought it. I guess because back then when eBay came out, I was so into eBay. I want to read about the platinum sellers, whatever. But other than that, though, it doesn't take rocket science to sell on eBay. It's all based on common sense. And what I just told you now, that's what people do. The first thing to do is you're going to start off is selling stuff around your house. That's it. Start with that. Like I said, it's very basic, And as far as using for the display boards, to take pictures, go to the dollar store, get yourself two. For the dollar store, you get 2 white display boards. I have 2 of them, one for the sides and one for the bottom. So at least when you take pictures, they got a nice white background. Cut and dry, folks. And you list it. If you don't fall into the 50 free listings category, then you'll be paying what I think is 35 cents, I think, to list each item. You could put it up there for 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, whatever. I think up to 30 days, and I think you could also do good to cancel. But keep this in mind. With the good to cancel, if it doesn't sell, it automatically goes over again. So now you're going to get billed again, depending on how many items you put. And if they don't sell, then that's how you rack up bills. That's how I was racking up big bills like that. So it's pretty cut and dry, folks. It really is. It is cut and dry. Anyway, let me close out the reseller news, folks. I just wanted to share some of those topics with you. I know it's kind of like all over. You're saying, oh, this and that. You're talking about the reseller news. You're talking about Jack Ma, and you're talking about down detector, and it's up and down. It's this way, going this way and that way. No, because I give this thing a lot of thought. And I think a lot of people should really, think about what they're doing when it comes to this here. Seriously, I have a tendency to, I want to do my research for myself, my own way. And if I see something's doesn't seem right, or doesn't, it seems out of line, I'm not gonna, fall into that trap. Okay, there are a lot of good people out there, and I'm sure there are a lot of people making money out there. Okay, doing this here. I just happen to be not one of them. It's okay. It's just the way it is, right? But I don't want to see people get hurt. I don't want to see people get into this, jump into it full force, and then later on take a beating on it. And the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention, folks, is because I read so much about people on these sites, probably more so than you guys do. I don't know, unless you follow the advice I give you about reading Down Detector eBay community. When you hear people say, folks, that they're not making enough money to pay insertion fees, or they're not having enough money to pay their bills, it probes on you, and you sit there and say to yourself, my God, what's going on here? There was a time, I don't know if it was last year, year before, I used to hear that thing, cha-ching, 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 going off, or best offers. I'm not getting anything. And we know there's changes going on. We know there's certain things going on. I don't know when or how, if is eBay going to fix these problems. But apparently, like I said again, in regards to search, people could still search. You could still search your items. I mean, at least I only did that one, but I could see at least they came up in search. So I don't think the link between Google and eBay is broken in that respect. But that's me. Now, maybe somebody else might bake to and say, well, you're able to find your listing. I couldn't find mine. I don't know what to say, folks. I really, like I said again, I do put my heart and soul into this stuff here. I do like to, do these YouTube videos to help people out. That's what this is all about, folks. And I will cover other topics as well. I want you guys to know that this is not going to just be all about eBay or reselling too, because I'm even thinking of changing the banner on there, folks, too. I don't know. I was giving a lot of thought because I do want to build up a subscriber base, a bigger subscriber base, and I think what's throwing people off or luring them away could be. I'm just saying, if they're just seeing reseller news, it may, may be unattractive to people. People may say, I don't want, in other words, I'm out there. If I'm putting out good content, they don't know because they say, oh, I don't want that guy's talking about reseller news. But I might want to cover other topics. So you may see that for those who follow me. You may see me change the banner and talk about other things as well. This content, the content of this YouTube channel, I want to be fresh. I want it with different things in there. Okay, like I said again, I may do something spontaneous. If people, after I change the banner around, or if I start adding videos different than the reseller news and people drop off, I'm sorry if that is the case, and then you do unsubscribe. I'm sorry to see you go. I hope you wouldn't. But there's nothing I could do about it. But I definitely want to change that format around a little. Okay, I don't mind doing reseller news, but at the same time, I want to kind of add different things to this channel. And I don't want people to say, why don't you just start another one? It takes so long to build up. Look, I got 364. Who knows? Maybe by the end of the month, more people may drop off. I might go down to 360, 340. Whoever knows? I don't know. And I put more videos out. The subscriber base may drop even more, especially if I start changing the format. Because this is what this guy's doing. I think it's going to be strictly all reseller news. I don't want to watch him anymore. It may drop off. I don't know, but I definitely want to change it around because I think that's what's hurting my channel too, from stifling its growth. Because people may look at the title, the banner, and say, "Oh, like I said again, oh, he talks about reselling on eBay, reseller news," and maybe people might not want to, get turned off by it. So I don't know, but I'm definitely in the makings of changing the banner around, folks. So those who are following me, you may see things changing. When I can't say, but they're going to probably be changing. And people may say, well, in regards to reseller news, you're going to still do that? I may do it. I don't know. I mean, I may continue to do it. Maybe not on I don't know about a daily basis. I don't know about the weekends because it is a lot of work. I don't mind. I mean, right now at this stage of the game, I don't mind. But there may be other topics I want to talk about. it may be different things I want to share with you guys out there. You know, I need to do something different. I want to try to get this channel. I can't get it to grow to. I like to get it to go to 1,000 subscribers. I'm having a heck of a time doing that because every time I climb up a couple of people, I lose a couple of people. So, you know, I remember they said when you first start a YouTube channel, getting the first 100 is the hard part. So I got past that part. Now what, 364? I don't know. I'm doing a video right now. I think it's 364. I mean, who knows? After I do the video, it might go down to 360. Who knows? But I'm just trying to say right now it's 364. I can't get past that certain amount because every time it goes up, I guess people watch the video. They say, "Oh, this guy's a bozo. I don't want to watch him anymore." And they unsubscribe. I don't know. I don't know what's hurting it. You know, that's why I always say in my videos, before a person unsubscribes, it would be nice if that person could say, you know, I think you put out nice content. It's not really I have no really interest in what you're talking about. So therefore, you know, I decide to unsubscribe. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think that's if you were to ask somebody, I don't know, if you were to put that out there, I don't know if people would sit there and be very flamboyant and say, well, this is why I'm unsubscribing to you. I don't like your content. I don't like you. That could happen. You know, not everybody's likable, right? But if it happens, it's fine. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to fret over it. I'm not going to sit here saying, geez, I lost two subscribers today. I'm going to give up my channel. That's not going to happen. I'm always going to still be persistent doing it, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, whether people like it or not. I'm still going to keep doing this channel. But we'll see where it goes. Anyway, folks, for now, this is the Reseller News for November 14th, 2018. My name is Rich Pasini. I'm wishing all of you guys out there and myself some happy sales on eBay. And enjoy the day. Right now over here, I think right now, for last I heard the news, I think it was like 38 degrees. I don't know if they said they're going to have snow coming up soon this week or whatever. Snowflakes or snow flurry, whatever they say it. I don't know what's going to happen with that day. Who knows? You know, but it is what it is. You know. Until next time, have a great day, guys. Bye now.